For the fifth game on Northwestern's schedule, Ball State is coming to Evanston on October 10th to try and pull off a shocking upset. As the third and final non-conference game on the Wildcats' regular season schedule, the Cardinals shouldn't cause too much of a problem whatsoever. Returning production, 36% overall, 47% offense, 24% defense, 123rd in FBS. 2025 record, 4-8, 3-5 MAC. Head coach, Mike Uramovich, second season. 2026 SP plus overall, 134th. 2026 SP plus offense, 136th. 2026 SP plus defense, 128th. 2026 SP plus special teams, 135th. In each of the Cardinals' last 3 seasons, they failed to win more than 4 games. In Uramovich's first season, Ball State didn't see much success. The MAC as a whole is often viewed as one of the 2 worst conferences in the FBS, and usually these teams struggle against Power 4 opponents. One way to sum up the Cardinals' 2025 season is this. Ball State lost 31-0 to Purdue to start the season. Yes, the same Purdue team that went 2-10 in 2025. Of all 136 FBS teams, the Cardinals averaged the 3rd fewest yards per game and the 5th fewest points per game. Their defense wasn't as bad, but still finished in the bottom half among FBS teams. Ball State's offense starts with the quarterback position. Last season, Keel Kelly was a good runner but was very inconsistent throwing the ball. For 2026, the Cardinals brought in Texas State transfer Keldrick Luster and Concord University, D2, transfer Tyler Mizzle. Luster is more of a dual threat, while Mizzle is more pass-first. If either of them can provide consistency and a spark, the Cardinals could see drastic improvement toward winning more than 4 games. As for running backs, Ball State's leading rusher, non-quarterback, transferred out, and among returners, there is only 1 rushing touchdown accounted for. Whoever starts at quarterback will likely run a lot, like Kelly did last year, but it's a big unknown as to who, if anyone, will make strides forward at running back. While the offensive line struggled to keep teams out of the backfield, giving up the 3rd most tackles for loss per game and the 2nd most sacks per game in the FBS, it's full of veterans. With many returning players and some transfer additions, what was a huge weakness for Ball State could turn into a strength if experience plays a role. The coaching staff looked to heavily upgrade the Cardinals' pass-catching unit in the offseason. Donovan Hamilton returns after catching 20 passes in 2025, the 2nd most receptions among Ball State WRs. And with the addition of FAU transfer Jabari Smith Jr., not the Houston Rockets forward, Ball State has a strong foundation. Much of the offensive line and receiving core has experience. The question is whether that experience will translate to scoring more than in 2025. Defensively, Ball State has the 3rd lowest returning production in the FBS. This includes the 2 new FBS teams that are making the jump from the FCS ranks. The defensive line is one area that does return some of its production from last year. Also, beyond the guys returning, Ball State added 4 Power 4 D-line transfers. The Cardinals coaching staff added plenty of size in Wake Forest transfer Kashawn Thomas and Cincinnati transfer Keelan Smith, as well as Louisville transfer defensive tackle Kendrick Gilbert. San Diego State transfer edge rusher Jared Batty adds more help to Ball State's pass rush. The linebacker unit also looks almost completely different. Cincinnati transfer Sincere Lewis is likely the biggest name at LB. But again, this defense is comprised of players who don't have any real starting experience. Williswin Yates is the most notable returning player in the secondary, as he slots in as CB1 for the Cardinals. Colorado State defensive back transfer Chris Jackson is a big addition for Ball State, as are Ohio State transfer Deontay Griffin and Purdue transfer Sterling Smith. Derek Fields is the other returning defensive starter for Ball State from 2025, so the secondary may be the strongest part of this defense. Once again, though, it's hard to predict how things will go with so little starting experience in this group.